aesthetically well planned, well maintained, as well as environmentally sensible. Perth, Australia is not as inhabited as many other big places in the world. Perth is even less. So with some friends we had been touring, and we went out to a place called Margaret River. It's near the sea. A beach called Augusta, which is actually the southern westernmost point. Great historical site, very old, and you can see the ancient rocks. What really impressed me was the way the rock formations, so much care was taken to the flora and fauna of those places, and the natural habitat, and the kind of variable earth formations and the colorings, etc. It was a great experience. I mean, it was overwhelming. Margaret River and Augusta are very popular. Everything speaks of, everything is built so nicely and aesthetically. I tend to couple the environment consciousness and the sensibility of good aesthetics as one, because we are talking about the harmony of living with nature. But essentially, art is a form of harmonizing with the universe, with the world, with the people, with the living things. I think is Japan. I had been in several parts of Japan, like Tokyo and Fukuoka and Kyoto. And we are talking about post-war Japan, which is very industrialized and everything. There is a huge urban edifice that you can see in the cities and all that. But at the same time, if you go out into the villages or into some of the wilderness, some of the temples there, some of the mountains, it's so beautiful, so pristinely kept. Again, if you look at the aesthetics, if you think of the Japanese aesthetics with its starkness and simplicity and directness, you can find the same thing in their aesthetics. We went to Mount Fuji one time, and the entire blossoming and the temples and the roads, and it's so overwhelming. How concern and love for nature can give you a completely different experience, world of experience. So yes, Japan is one such example. They're very, very meticulous people, extremely concerned, very kind, very shy and very less exuberant kind of people as well. That is actually shown very much in the villages, and the little houses are kept and everything. Aesthetically as well as environmentally, a country that on the whole appealed to me was Japan. I'm basically a town-brought kid. I was born in a small town, Palakkad, and nature or tradition or the country houses are always part of the vacation. My father was an advocate and mother was a doctor. They can't actually accompany us all the time, so myself and my brother was taken over to the ancestral home by an uncle, and those memories are the most cherished actually in my mind. It has appeared in several telefilms and short films in many ways. The kind of old farmhouses they had. My father's house was a very, very agrarian family. They had huge paddy cultivation. There was always some form of harvest going on, and so environment was nothing diverse from lifestyle. It's not just some flora or fauna or some rare species. It's just lifestyle and everywhere. If you see chicken running around your kitchen side, it's part of the environmental system. I guess that was happening. We always miss in the towns. It's all such compartmentalized living. So all those, my grandmother, we had a beautiful pond. Palakkad is well known for its ponds. It was a long away from the house, and the kind of walk in the late evenings that we had there. And my grandmother was so scared that dangerous for us to get into the pond and all that, but we all the time had great fun, and little frogs and the snakes and little things that were there. It is all gone. There was a huge development of NH47 that came, and it took away all that space. So yeah, that's something bygone. It's not exactly as part of nostalgia that I mourn for it, that I crave for it. It's actually a sense of love for life, multiple forms that were around us, that were living with us. We used to love and they used to love back. The harmonious aesthetic world that was around us, that is also lost due to our greed, due to our short-sightedness, due to our insensitive politicians, policymakers, whoever there was. So yeah, it's a world which we are quickly losing out. I'm concerned about mostly because that is a central part of my work, is so much intricately connected to the real, the natural, the truthful, which of course is our environment. So I think the concern for a safer, a healthier environment is certainly a call for a more harmonized, beautiful world. To me, environment is not a very concern. It's not just about kind of a fragile ecosystems or something. Environment to me is actually everything that includes in the surroundings that we have. In that level, I think the most dangerous and the most unaddressed aspect of our society today is the way our urban environment is maintained to. I mean, if you just go out into the street, you can feel that everything is so violently shouting at you. Even the hoardings on the roadside, the posters, the signboards, the sounds of the cars and horns and everything, the dust and the smoke it creates, the crowd spitting, smoke, everything is actually violating your basic right to live peacefully and safely in this world. There is hardly any concern about that. Every leader wants to have his own hoarding put up there. So to me, environment and aesthetic sensibility is one and the same, because it is all about harmonizing with the world, with the universe. So beauty is an integral part of it. So from an artist's point of view, I see that the city is vandalized by these things. From an environmental point, you are seeing the undegradable things everywhere, hogging the entire city. So there is hardly any concern by anyone. People in the power, they want to make use of it themselves. Trivandrum is vandalized by this violence around us. I think that's the greatest concern I have. I think more than sports or more than any other thing, I think the children should be taught about aesthetic sensibility, the basics of it. If we couldn't do something for the living environment around us, we are making the society more violent and thereby destroying the future. And then this crass attraction for the physical. We spend crores of rupees on national sports. I understand in some way it is important. You don't show at least a micro part of percentage of that in bringing the young people a sensibility to their surroundings. Environment doesn't mean Silent Valley or some deep forest or Simhawal and Kurum. Whatever surrounds us is environment, and the ability to harmonize with it, to make it safe and beautiful. That consciousness is not in our society, unfortunately, and nobody cares about it. At no level it is taught. Excellent service that you guys are doing to at least make people conscious of it.